Good morning, students, and welcome back. So, in the previous class, we were discussing about the premixis in that of polyembryony, and we have discussed about this apomixis, and after that, we are supposed to discuss about the polyembryony. So, as the name itself indicates, polyembryony. Poly means many, and embryony means having embryos. The seeds which have more than one embryo, that is known as a polyembryony. Okay. So, polyembryony is the presence of more than one embryo in a seed. Okay. That is called a polyembryony. And in more often, as in many varieties of this mango and the citrus, what happens? Some of the nucellar cells surrounding the embryo sac, okay, they start dividing and they protrude or convert into the embryo sac, and that develops into the embryos. You see, that is how polyembryo can be seen, isn't it? So, polyembryony is nothing but having more than one embryos in a seed. And how that is possible? That is in many varieties of this mango and the citrus, what happens? The nucellar cells which are present or surround the embryo sac, they start dividing and they get converted into embryo sac, and further they develop into the embryos, isn't it? So, that is why in such species the ovule they contain many embryos. So that is how polyembryony could be seen or observed. Okay, and next thing is artificial hybridization. You are quite familiar with this hybrids. Nowadays, we get most of the things, either the food crops or fruits, and all these they are hybrid only. Okay, hybrids are nothing but that is the product of crossing two different individuals having different genetic, so that we can get the better offspring or better younger one. So that is a hybrid. So artificial hybridization is a process of crossing two genetically different individuals. Here, the artificial hybridization is a process of crossing two individuals having genetically different, because we will combine, we get a new genotype. Okay, we combine different genes and we get the better genotype, genetic combination. Okay, so crossing of two genetically different individuals to create a new genotype by controlled pollination, okay, is called artificial hybridization. Okay, controlled pollination means we are pollinating the stigma with the desired pollen grain. Desired means the one we are looking for, the one we are interested in the qualities like high yielding, disease resistance, pest resistance, like that. Only such pollen grains of desired one or wished by one having better qualities, desired qualities. So only those pollen grains are used for pollination, so that we get better offsprings. Okay, so that is artificial hybridization, and so that is why it is a major approach in crop improvement programs. We have already heard about this green revolution, that is the food production of our country has drastically increased to meet the ever increasing demand of this population, and that was made possible because of this various hybridization programs. Different hybrid varieties have developed, okay, which are high yielding, disease resistance, pest resistance. Okay, so that is why this artificial hybridization is one of the important approach in a crop improvement program, so that we can improve the crops with regards to their yield, resistance to pest and disease and all that. Okay, so that is one thing. And then the question comes, how this artificial hybridization is done? What are the process which are adopted in artificial hybridization? So here what happens, only the desired pollen grains are used, as I have already told. Desired pollen grains, that is pollen grains from the plants which are known for their yield, growth, health, okay, and all that. So only desired pollen grains are used here, and the stigma is protected from the contamination. That means the stigma is protected by contamination by other undesired pollen grains. There is every possible that the pollen grains of poor quality, undesired one, come and fall on stigma. So to prevent that contamination, that is done by bagging or covering this flower with a bag, polythene bag. So that is how the stigma are protected from contamination. So by using desired pollen grains and by protecting the stigma from contamination of other pollen grains, we go for or we perform artificial hybridization. Artificial hybridization ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡಲಾಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಒಂದು ನಮಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದಂಥ ಪೋಲನ್ ಗ್ರೇನ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬಳಸಲಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಡಿಸೈರ್ಡ್ ಪೋಲನ್ ಗ್ರೇನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಓಕೆ, ಡಿಸೈರ್ಡ್ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಯಾವುದು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಇಳುವರಿ ಕೊಡ್ತದೋ, ಯಾವ ಅದು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ರೋಗ ನಿರೋಧಕ ಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿದೆಯೋ, ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವುದು ಕೀಟಗಳ ಒಂದು ವಿರುದ್ಧ ಪ್ರತಿರೋಧವನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಪೋಲನ್ ಗ್ರೇನ್ಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು desired ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So by using desired pollen grains, another thing is that what we follow here in artificial hybridization is we protect the stigma from contamination. Contamination ಅಂದರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದೋ pollen grain ಬಂದು ಬೀಳೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಕಾಪಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಸಂರಕ್ಷಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ನಾವು desired pollen grain ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಬೇಕು. So by using this adopting by using one desirable pollen grains and protecting stigma contamination, the artificial hybridization is done. Next, how these things are done? Okay, they are achieved by, it can be achieved by emasculation and bagging. Okay, so then what is emasculation and what is bagging? Okay, emasculation is nothing but the removal of anther from the flower before the pollen grains are released from the anther. That is known as emasculation. Note, emasculation andre ಏನು? So in the flower we have this stigma, female reproductive structure, and this male reproductive system, and these are anthers, and they produce pollen and they come and fall on this stigma, and fertilization takes place. Okay, but here we want to use only desired pollen grains here, but not this pollen grains. So to avoid this, what we do is we remove these anthers. ಆಂಥರ್ಗಳನ್ನ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಲಾಗ್ತದ ಯಾವಾಗ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ದೇ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ದ ಪೋಲನ್ ಗ್ರೇನ್ ಅವು ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಈ ಆಂಥರ್ಗಳನ್ನ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಲಾಗ್ತದ. ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಕಟ್ ಬೈ ದ ಸೀಸರ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರಿಮೂವ್ಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನೋನ್ ಆಸ್ ಎಮ್ಯಾಸ್ಕ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು? ಎಮ್ಯಾಸ್ಕ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್. That is a removal of these anthers from the flowers before they release the pollen grain. Even the release of pollen grain again ಕರೀತೀವಿ ನಾವು dehiscence. pollen anther ಒಡೆದು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿನ pollen grain ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬಿಡುಗಡೆ ಆಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ? dehiscence ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. This we have already learned. So these anthers are removed before they dehisce. Okay, removal of anthers from flower before the dehisce of pollen grains. pollen grains ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬಿಡುಗಡೆ ಆಗೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಆಂಥರ್ಗಳನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಲಾಗ್ತದೆ, ತೆಗೆದು ಹಾಕಲಾಗ್ತದೆ. and that is known as emasculation. Otherwise what happens? These pollen grains will release and they will come and fall on this stigma. Self pollination takes place, and that is, we don't want that, because we want to cross with better pollen grain. Okay, so that is emasculation. Another thing is bagging. Bagging is nothing but the stigma of a flower. You see, this is the stigma. This is the stigma of a flower. If you keep open it like this, then what happens? Pollen grains from any plant may come and fall on this. Okay? But we don't want that. We want only the desired pollen grains should be deposited here. So that is why, to avoid the stigma contamination by any other undesired pollen grains, what we do here is we cover this, okay, stigma. In fact, the whole flower is covered. Okay, not simply this stigma. This whole flower is covered by this is butter paper bag, or even it is covered by a polythene bag. Okay, so covering the whole flower with a butter paper bag or a polythene bag is called bagging. So the name is so simple, bagging. Bag means bag, and covering the whole flower. Why we cover the whole flower with a polythene or butter bag, paper bag is to prevent the contamination of this stigma. Contamination of stigma ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ unwanted pollen grainಗಳು ಬಂದು ಬೀಳೋದು ನಮಗೆ ಬೇಡ. So to prevent that, we cover the whole flower with the polythene bag or a butter paper, and that is known as a bagging. So by emasculation and by this bagging technique, we will perform the artificial hybridization. Okay, so this is about this is emasculation and that of bagging. So further, when stigma of bagged flower attain maturity or receptive, okay, receptivity, then mature pollen grains mature pollen grains collected from male parent has to be dusted, okay, on the stigma. On the stigma, and the flower has to be rebagged. Note what happened. We bagged the whole flower. ಪೂರ್ಣ ಒಂದು ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ ಕಟ್ಟಿ ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ವಿ. ಓಕೆ. ವೆನ್ ಸ್ಟಿಗ್ಮಾ ಅಟೈನ್ಸ್ receptivity, that means that the stigma becomes mature and it is in a position to receive the pollen grain, we have to remove that bag and we have to collect the pollen grains, desired pollen grains from the male parent, and those pollen grains, desired pollen grains collected from the male parent has to be dusted on this stigma. Okay, dust means ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಹಾಕೋದು ಸ್ಟಿಗ್ಮಾ ಮೇಲೆ. And once again, after putting or depositing pollen grains on the stigma surface, once again we have to rebag. ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಮತ್ತೆ ಆ ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ ಅನ್ನ ಫ್ಲವರಿಗೆ ಹಾಕಿ ಕಟ್ಟಬೇಕು, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ pollen grain ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಬೀಳೋ ಹಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಫ್ಲವರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ rebagged once again, so that only desired pollen grain can fertilize the egg cell. We get the hybrids, desired hybrids. So this is how artificial hybridization is carried out. Okay, with that we conclude the session today here, and with that the second lesson is completed. Okay, so from tomorrow onwards we will discuss the next lesson, that is the third chapter, that is about human reproduction. Okay, thank you.